So here's Trachycarpus fortunei in the garage under a light. It's going to stay here for the winter. I don't want to move it in and out because I've got the plan to plant it in the spring, early spring. I'm going to give it a try outside. A few other plants, bamboo, fatsia, eucalyptus. I don't have a lot of space to have plants inside because there's another car that goes into this garage. Let's go outside. We've had 12 days of below or sub-freezing temperatures, all the way down to 12.9. But right now we're at 35, so I put some of the containerized plants back outside to prevent any cells erupting or bursting, which could cause damage. Trying to gradually acclimate them back into the cold. So, Mahonia ex media, Charity, Ligustrum japonicum, Acer palmatum, Benihime. There's Berberis darwinii, Liriape muscari. All should do just fine here, but they're in containers, so didn't want to have any root damage. And then you can see how the Cuba japonica likes it above freezing, but tolerates temperatures down to -10, or probably more. This is a nice little microclimate, protected from winds. Last year I used wilt-proof, but this year no extra effort, and we've gotten down to 12.9, so it's doing just fine. Some of the little stuff's covered in snow. Sarcococcus, cool broadleaf evergreen. There's a couple down there too. And then you can see here Bracken's Brown Beauty, Magnolia grandiflora. I love this broadleaf evergreen because unlike the Cuba, it holds its leaves, it does not droop. Well, it holds its leaves and doesn't go into like a wilt look. The one thing about this plant though is when it has heavy snow on the leaves, it will bend. So I try to come out and shake some of the snow off. I'm getting some like yellow on some of the leaves. If anyone knows what that is, I'd love to know. It's unusual. There's some there. Also, some there. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But with squinted eyes, it's beautiful. And it bloomed all summer last year. I love it. It's, again, the Trochodendron. Like the Akuba, its leaves will hang when it gets really cold. But it pops right up once it warms up a little bit. Here's a neat one. Euonymus, Wolong's Ghost. Like a lot of Euonymus or fortunei, evergreen, broadleaf evergreen. Then here's a little bamboo relative, Pleoblastus. I think this one's called like Sunset Gold. I bought this before I really became obsessed. So it's one of my older plants, and it's been traveling with me for, I don't know, 3 or 4 moves. Now it's finally in the ground, so it'll probably spread. Here's a cool one. Euonymus japonicus microphylla. One of those box store plants. Broadleaf evergreen. First year in the ground. And this Sarcococca confusa. No, this is ruscifolia. Confusa is there. And then this is that Hookeriana humulus. Variegated Chipcolora. Furnace Laura Sierras. What do they call it? Marbled white. I guess it will revert a lot, so it requires pruners. There's Mahonia nervosa. I have a friend that has a few of these in his garden, and they're like probably over a foot tall, a foot and a half tall, and they're so cool. I love Mahonia. Oh, you should check this out. Oh, Daphne odora, Suiko nishiki. Planted this in the fall. Probably made the mistake doing that, but we'll just see. Standard ivy, little tree ivy. Let's check this out. Mahonia bealii, synonymous with Mahonia japonica. Got this at the box store. All budded up. It bloomed. It was so fragrant. And planted it shortly after. The deer don't touch it. This deer territory out here. Then I've got a bamboo. They said it was Ario sulcata, yellow groove bamboo, but I don't believe it. I don't see any yellow grooves in it. It looks more like a Phylostachys nuda to me. It's got the white bands underneath each node. No barrier, just a small trench. Dig out any runners, but the neighbor said it was okay. It'd be neat to walk through bamboo to enter the backyard. I'll go look at the other bamboos, and then we'll call it quits. Kind of just rambling on. Daphne odora, Rebecca, still looking good. Kind of went through a cryptomeria phase. It's a love-hate relationship. They always turn black on the inside. I don't know. Here's Phylostachys atravaganata. It's got a barrier. It's so aggressive. I planted it this past spring. This is its first winter, and the runners were like almost too much. I was finding quite a bit of them in its first year. So, and it's a small barrier that's around it, so it'll be interesting. See how that works. And then the nuda's got a bigger or larger surface area of barrier. Still looks good. But the barriers are 30 inches down, and it's the 80 mil plastic that I got at Bamboo Gardens in Oregon. It was fun digging the trench, to tell you that. But yeah, you can see a little bit of the barrier showing, and as I mulch through the years, the mechanics will be hidden more. But I limbed them up a little bit so you can see new culms coming up in the spring. They're like almost black, giving the name nuda, or nude sheath. Gosh, I love bamboo. So yeah, that's that.